It's something that you need to do to play running back at the highest level you can. Being protective that way, working on your details, being ins and outs in that way. So I feel like, and also you're protecting a 50 million plus quarterback. That's going to be lovely as well too. A guy that can't get hit, a guy that you need to extend plays, and you need him for the whole year. So
what's it like knowing you got Joe Burrow as a quarterback, not just to blockboard, but also to be an asset for an offense?
Yeah, man. The offensive weapons we got straight dogs in my opinion. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, Chase Brown, Samaje. Those guys, those veteran guys in the offensive room. They're dogs, man. They play this game at the highest level, and I just want to join them and just be a part of that.
Have you heard from any of them? Have you talked with them?
I've talked to Chase Brown a little bit just after draft day. He just told me, let's go, and just congrats on getting drafted to us, and can't wait to meet him in person and acclimate in the room. So it's been fun.
What kind of feeling is it, or is it even surreal to be joining an offense led by Joe Burrow?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's first and foremost, it's a blessing, and then it's just a great feeling. Walking out of the locker room, you see Jamar and Joe Burrow's locker room every time, and then my locker mate is Samaje Perine. Like, that's actually somebody I not grew up with, but I knew back home. We kind of from the same area, so I knew what he was about, and when he went to Oklahoma and all his accolades and stuff. So it's been great, man. And great to just come here and just being in the city and just being how Cincy is a great, lovable environment.
You've had a very consistent career at Texas Tech, back-to-back 1,500-yard seasons.
Yes,
how big of a deal is that in terms of bringing consistency from the college level to the NFL?
It's a lot. I feel like you got to be consistent. That's the name of the game. Coaches, I feel like if you do stuff at the consistent level, at a consistent rate, I feel like your play match is gonna play. You're gonna match your play intensity every time you touch the field. So I feel like being consistent is something that's in my game, something that I proved to coaches in my college and high school career, but now it's just starting to prove them in the NFL in my pro career.
Did you ever grow up going to any Samajes? I know Manor and Pflugerville's not that far. Like, did you end up going to any of those?
No, I didn't. But my uncle, he actually went to LBJ High School, so he didn't really get to play against him. So it was I actually grew up. I didn't watch him, but I've seen his stats, and man, his stats are pretty ridiculous.
You remember the first time you watched like Joe Burrow? Because I don't know, how old were you when LSU won the title? And back then, like,
they won it in 2019. Yeah. Is that correct? I was sophomore year of high school.
Okay.
So yeah, I watched it. Yeah, so it was no, not sophomore. Excuse me. I was a junior in high school. Okay. Yes, sir. So I watched them. It was man, that team was unstoppable. I feel like they had like 20-something draft picks from that team, something like that. Man, that team was crazy. So.
What was your reason for coming back last season? I mean, most people after the season you had in 2023, over 1,000 rushing yards. Some people would have come out and gone into the draft then. Why did you want to come back to play that final?
I feel like as a team, we wanted to prove that we can win 8 games consistently, and then I also came back because I'm the all-time leading rusher for Texas Tech history. That's something, one of my goals, my personal goals. And then just going back as a better leader, a more vocal leader, more vocal guy that's going to talk, is not going to take any BS and things like that from his teammates, and just encourage, be positive and things like that. So that's why I decided to come back for another year.
You went from being the guy at Texas Tech, now you have to kind of reset the mindset and compete for that job once again. How is it to reset that mindset for you?
It's amazing. It's a blessing because, man, I got drafted. That's something like I said, I've been dreaming since I was a little kid, and just taking every step as a way. Being grateful to be in this moment, being grateful to be in this position, because a lot of guys don't get to be in this position that I am in. So taking each and every day ins and outs, so it's been fun.
How much do you remember about that game last year against the Bearcats?
I remember a lot, man. It's crazy. One of my friends, Coy Connor, that's one of I actually played in the Shrine Bowl with him, and I'm glad he got his opportunity at the 49ers. So it's been cool. So, but man, it was a great game. It was actually pretty close towards the end, but my guy AJ McCarty had an interception that kind of sealed the game with a little missed field goal. So it was good. It was a great game for me, though.
How do you know Corey, and what is your all's relationship like?
We actually played in the Shrine Bowl together. It was a great relationship. We were actually roommates, so we talked to each other, learned the playbook from the Shrine Bowl, and it was pretty good. It was a pretty good environment, man. A great guy that's gonna come in and work his butt off. So I'm glad he got the opportunity.
Have you talked to him at all since being drafted?
I talked to him a little bit. Just I asked him how's the city like. He's like, man, you gonna love it. So I was like, I can't wait to be down here.
Did he give you any suggestions when you get to town?
He told me eating spot. I forgot. It's a steak spot out here. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice and well. So I might go check that out probably this weekend.
What did you think of the playbook when you started to dive in? I know it's still early, but dive into the NFL playbook.
Mm-hmm. It's not that hard, to be honest, man. It's something that's been cruising. Somebody that's just been going through me, just watching my iPad more, taking a little bit of notes. Like what I do, I take notes all the time. So I'm taking notes literally and just watching my playbook and watching videos of just things that I need to do. Just watching the pros do it at a high level, watching the pre-games and watching the protections and things like that. So it hasn't been that difficult.
Do you think that's a really good sign, considering the fact that it's coming naturally and you feel comfortable with it that quickly?
Yes, ma'am. Excuse me. Yes, sir. I feel like it's coming definitely easy for me because it's nothing. Just the terminology part is probably gonna be different. But once you know like numbers and knowing like where you got to go and just the little things, I feel like once you be with the veteran, it's kind of gonna click, and then everything's gonna be more like now I got to buckle down. You got to be more detailed with your steps and things like that. So
first day, how does it feel so far?
Feels great. My first time being in Cincinnati, got here yesterday and, got on the field today and got to move around. It was a little chilly, so I wasn't used to that, but it was a great experience just getting out there, moving around, getting coached up. It was super fun.
What are the first couple things that you're focusing on in, these first couple days?
Yeah, diving in the playbook. Just kind of learning a whole new defense, different from what we did at Clemson, some similarities, but just a whole new terminology. So just really just trying to dive into the playbook and, pick up on their verbiage and, try to get on the field. So just been trying to dive in the playbook.
What was it like signing your contract yesterday?
Oh my gosh. It was probably the second most surreal moment of my life. Number one, I would say is getting that call on draft day, but yesterday was special and a moment that I'll probably never forget the rest of my life. And I immediately called my parents after and filled them in. But it was a super special moment. So I'm ready to get to work now.
What have the talks been like with the coaching staff? Is it about expectations and maybe generalities as opposed to specifics at this point?
Yeah, they told me that they have a good plan for me and a lot of expectation for me. Like they don't want me to come in and take a backseat to anybody. They want me to come in and be who I am from day one, and that's what I plan to do. So I'm just trying to come in here and show my value and create value for myself and just get coached up from the older guys, from the veterans, and get coached up from the coaches. So just trying to show them who Barrett Carter is.
Have you gotten a chance to talk to or meet Logan or any of the other vets yet, and have they given you any advice?
Yeah, a bunch of them texted me right after I got drafted. So that was actually Logan was Logan the first one? Logan was the first one to text me. So I was like, whoa, because I grew up playing with Logan on Madden and all this stuff. So it was super cool to see that text on my phone, and he just let me know that anything I ever need, I can always reach out to him. And some other guys reached out. Is it Andre? The receiver, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Yeah. He reached out to me, Chase Brown, so a bunch of guys reached out. So it was super cool just to know that, I have them in my corner coming into a new place. But, it was definitely a surreal moment seeing that text on my phone for sure.
How long do you think the wow factor lasts? And when that wears off, how much are you looking forward to just getting down to the business of learning?
I would say it wore off pretty quick. I stepped into this building. I'm super excited to say the least. But I stepped into this building ramped up. I'm like, okay, it's just time to go. But then I had to just get back to square one and just put my learning hat on and just be a sponge and just absorb everything I can. So like I said, talking to the veterans, trying to learn, see what I can do to improve my game, and get on the field as fast as possible. So I would say I was a little ramped up just walking in the building, but I calmed down a little bit, and now I'm just a sponge trying to soak everything up.
Just walk us through the decision to not participate in minicamp today.
I just decided not to sign those papers.
Do you anticipate signing your contract before Monday to join the team, or you're not sure when that's going to come together?
I would hope so. I would love to be part of the team. I'd be on the sideline just looking at everybody else do work.
I was going to say, how tough is that for you?
Yeah, especially on the first day, it was kind of tough on me.
Are you part of the meetings? Are you doing other things as part of this?
Oh yeah, I'm doing everything else. I'm just on the field stuff. I'm not doing it.
Do you feel like the negotiations are close?
What is there to negotiate? There's nothing to negotiate. I wasn't. Yeah.
Do you feel like you're close to signing your contract?
I really have no idea.
Are you letting your representation take care of all that?
I'm new to all this, guys. I don't know what's going on. I'm new. So I'm just letting grown folks take over.
Was it comforting, for lack of a better word, to have Demetrius as well in the same position with you guys both?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. At least I was in the odd one out. Everybody looking at me like, what's wrong with this guy? So at least it was me and him. So it'd be okay. Everything would be fine.
What's the last week been like since you got drafted? I assume there's a lot of moving parts going on for you as you try to get settled here.
Just a lot of working out back at my school, my strength staff, packing up my house. Yeah, I did some Pilates. That sucked, but other than that, I just been working on becoming a better person, a better player for my team. So when I get here, we can hit the ground running.
Did you feel like you were still able to get something out of today's practice, even though you weren't out there actively participating?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, I gotta learn the playbook, so they was going over the playbook. So I was definitely over there watching that. Can't be falling back on the playbook, so I'm still up there trying to learn.
You're also trying to get to know Jerry Montgomery and what his expectations are in terms of your position coach. What have you learned about Jerry? What's it been like listening to him coach early on?
He's very passionate about his players. He wanted the best for his players. He's going to coach them hard. He just wants us to play hard for him, too.
What was the reason to start doing Pilates, or is that something you've always done?
Let's just say I got dragged into doing it.
What'd you think?
It's harder than it looks. I'm still sore.
It takes a long time to see the benefit.
Yeah, actually no. I walked out there feeling like $1 million. Yeah.
Is it something you might continue, you think?
Yeah, for sure. If y'all see me in town, don't be surprised.
At a Pilates studio.
Yeah.
Shemar, sorry, I know I popped in here late, but just what was that feeling? I know you didn't, necessarily participate in drills today, but just being out there on the field for the first time with your teammates.
It's a little sad, 'cause, it's the first day out. Everybody want to be out, but unfortunately, it's not the same as college. Things are handled differently in the big league, so it's kind of hard.